Namaskar, welcome to this session on IFLA, International Federation of Library Associations and Institutions. Today we will be talking on a particular section of IFLA, that is the section on Asia and Oceania, and we are very fortunate today to have the members of the section itself here with us, and we will have a discussion on the various activities of this particular section. And the members from the section include the chairperson, Ms. Premila. She is from Sri Lanka. Then the newest member, one of the newest member, Ms. Rosa from Kazakhstan. Then we have Ms. Rashida from Malaysia, and Mr. Shaki from Egypt. So we plan to have a panel discussion on the activities, objectives, challenges of this particular section. I'll start with the chairperson.
Our section, as the name says, covers very large area of this in the map. The main objective of the section is to develop librarians, library professionals in the developing region as well as the whole other regions. So the committee members elected once in twice years, every 2 years, and at the moment we have 22 members representing Sri Lanka, India, China, Egypt, Malaysia, Kazakhstan. In addition, we have a few corresponding members, and also we have advisors who supports to conduct our various activities, guide us with their expertise and the experiences. And also we have 2 meetings in a year. One meeting is normally between mid-February and early March, and the other meeting is always with the IFLA conference, which holds in various parts of the world in different venues. In the mid-meeting is very important for us because we discuss all our activities, we plan our future activities, we discuss and develop our strategic plans. We take very important decisions at this mid-meeting for the rest of the year, and also the development of other programs. And also I would like to mention here the IFLA ALP program, which is Action for Development Through Libraries, a CEDA funded program, which is very helpful for us to conduct various trainings, workshops, programs. With CEDA funding, ALP provides support for us to conduct all these programs.
Thank you, Premila. And I would like to tell my viewers that we have the first chairman of this section with us, Dr. Shaki, and I would not follow the line like that. I will just come to you because I would like to know the objectives from you. You being the first chairman, I think you are the most appropriate person to comment on that.
I was responsible about the section 1988 up to 1994 for 6 years, and building the infrastructure of the section. And the objectives in that time were first to build the link between IFLA as international organization and the libraries in the region. And I think in the beginning we faced some problem until we fix this matter. Second point was to develop the manpower, the IFLA, the library and information manpower in these libraries, in the broad section like Asia and Oceania, which is more than 60 countries, some of them 1 billion population, some of them are a small population. And the development of libraries and manpower in that time moved step by step. And the third point was to networking the people in the region and make them cooperate together to have horizontal project like directory of libraries in the Asia and Oceania, or school libraries in Asia and Oceania, such horizontal project like that. And we were looking also to how can we bring 56 countries together in one platform, and how can they cooperate together to create some tools, help them in their development of library and information science. One of the main objectives was how can we find resources to develop libraries, and this was one of the problems we faced in the beginning. But I think after we put the whole objectives in front, the IFLA and the section, everything start to move step by step, and the committee start to have active members, because the committee contains of 20 members. They come from different countries from the region, start to be active and to meet twice per year. And during this meeting, the objectives developed also from these primitive objectives to intellectual objectives more and more, and they help the region in developing their conference and meeting and seminar in library and information science. Besides that, we start for the period 10 years ago to look for the IT related to libraries, and how can we help in developing these IT. And I think the section now succeed to make influence on the libraries in the region, and create a lot of activities here, especially with the support of ALB program to give some grants or some donations to libraries to develop its infrastructure. Also, I believe that development move fastly for the section during the last 10 years, and the members who are elected every 2 years are very active, especially when they have meeting in places like India or Thailand or Malaysia. We are gratefully successful that we have chairs after that who follow the same system, and they were strong chairs like Rashida and other fellows like Gary and others, and they keep tracking and keep implementing and creating new objectives and new things like strategic plan. Now we work according to plans. In the beginning we don't have a strategic plan, but now we have a strategic plan, and we have 5 years plans or 3 years plans for some projects. But I think at the end we reach the stage of development, a good section who have a good action.
Rashida, another chair of the section, is also with us, and I would just put a question on what do you feel are the challenges for the section right now? You have been quite experienced, you have seen.
Thank you. Now, as Shoki and Premila have mentioned, we have about 60 countries in the region, and you can imagine not only the area that is covered, but also the population. I think the area covered by the regional section consists of more than 1/3 of the world's population. And there is such a great diversity of countries in the region, and with various stages of library development. We have the very highly developed countries like Japan, Korea, Singapore, Australia, and then we have the very poor countries like Afghanistan, Bangladesh. Now, one of our big challenges is how to bring the poorer libraries up to a level that is not much different from what is happening in the developed world, And we have this challenge of trying to identify in the region which are the areas that we can help, identifying individuals or institutions that we can work with, looking at the challenges, the language challenges that we'll be facing, the infrastructure challenges that we'll be facing. For example, if you look at a country like Nepal, it's a very small country, but their geography is very challenging. It's a very mountainous country, and it takes a very long time to move from one place to another place. Now, how do you bring library development to this country where the road infrastructure, for example, is so bad? It does not exist, So the strategies that we have been employing is getting the rich countries in the Asia region to help the poorer countries in the region, but at the same time also making sure that the bigger or the more modern libraries still keep themselves up to date, and introduce the new technologies into the poorer countries as well. So I think that's one of the big challenges that we are facing.
Little clarification here. How do the libraries help each other? Like you are saying that the libraries in the rich countries helping.
Okay. We have got a program that is run by ALP where they give scholarships to individuals from these countries, and the developed countries host these librarians. Besides that, we also run workshops and seminars where we get experts from the developed countries to be resource persons for these seminars. So these are the two ways. We take the individuals from the poorer countries to the more developed countries, and we get experts from the developed countries to go to these poorer countries and help them maybe in their library planning, developing strategic plans, and in training in special areas in library science, especially areas like IT, information literacy, even very basic things like setting up a very simple library.
Like if our students going for PhD or research, they can also be helped in some way?
They can apply for the grants, but IFLA doesn't provide scholarships to do higher education degrees. We don't do that.
Okay. So particularly for the librarians.
Librarians, that's
You would
right.
like to say something?
Yeah, during my time we have a very nice object was to replace the equipment which the developed libraries want to weed and give them to the poor libraries.
That's a good idea.
Yeah, and we succeed to develop about 20 libraries approximately by this way.
Okay. That's it. Yes, you'd like to say?
Yeah, I also like to add Rashida's thing. That is one of the reasons that we would like to have our mid-term meeting in different countries.
Yeah.
Always the meeting we try to plan a workshop or training or seminar to help because many resource experts are there in the committee, so we can make use of their knowledge and expertise to support the host country.
Okay, that's fine. Now, coming to Rosa, I think as you are a new member, what are your experiences about the section?
Thank you. Really, I am newest member of this section, and our meeting was very interesting for us, because two members from Kazakhstan in our section. And but in IFLA, I'm a member of IFLA many years ago, maybe 16 years ago, my first time in IFLA. IFLA, it is a very important organization for librarians of world. It's many program for us, very important. And I think that in future our section was important for our developing countries, and I hope the next committee will be in Kazakhstan, in Astana, because a region of we have Central Asian region and Uzbekistan, Kyrgyzstan, and Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, Kazakhstan. We will be together, and many problems we have in our region. And in Kazakhstan, we have 12,000 libraries and 25 librarians and about 7 million readers. And we have two national libraries, and one of them in Almaty and one of them in Astana. I invite to Almaty and to Astana because our library, newest library, is a high-tech library, and we have many very interesting jobs. And in our library, we have Indian Center. Indian Center, special Indian Center. We have many books and Hindi and many films about Indian, and we have a special program, learning program for learning Hindi in Astana, and yoga center, and many interesting terms. And I invite you.
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome to
Thank you.
Kazakhstan.
Thank
To
Another very
Almaty.
general comment and question from all of you, if any one of you would like to comment on that. There is a feeling, increasing feeling in the society these days with the advent of internet and easy accessibility and availability of information. There is a feeling that libraries will not be required anymore. And the other one, the identity crisis for the librarians. Anything special that the group is doing for this? Anyone, if you would like to comment?
I don't believe that the internet will close the role of library. It is the opposite. It will increase the role of libraries, and especially internet don't give you the real, accurate and precise data or information. It's only commercial information, just to pull your leg to come and pay. Then I don't believe that there is internet will take the role of library. I think a library is a link to internet or a tool to increase the using of internet, and this we can see it in every place. And most of the precise and research data, they are available by fees and by subscription, and the information you find on the internet is only commercial and rubbish information.
I would like to make a comment about what you said about the internet, making the role of libraries not necessary. I don't agree with it. To me, the internet now is a challenge for us librarians. It makes us realize how important it is to educate our users about information, So we have to now spend more time training our users to telling them how to get the best information from where, How do you evaluate information? Sometimes the best information is in the printed text and not on the internet. That is why Oceania section has made information literacy one of its main agenda for the next 2 years. And we are running several workshops, I think, over the next few years to spread this message, that we as librarians don't dismiss the internet, but use the internet as a way of training users how to evaluate information, how to recognize good information from the bad information, from the ugly information,
Yeah, I fully agree with Rashida, and also would like to say one or two ongoing activities that we are doing with related to information literacy. We have just started 2 information literacy projects for Cambodia and Laos, and also, as I mentioned earlier, one of our training programs, we select each year 5 to 6 young professionals, and they attend information literacy program at the Victoria University of Wellington. We already have taken steps to face the issue that you mentioned. 2 training programs, training attachment below 40 years with library qualifications and working in a library, and the information literacy scholarship program under 45 years. That's the main.
So this is quite interesting, and
The internet is, yes, internet is big and good idea, but in internet we must give our national program, national heritage, national material. Without this, it not work internet.
So the huge organization that IFLA is, as we came to know, with more than 1600 members all over the globe, more than 60 countries, an 80-year-old organization, we can understand how difficult it is to manage the affairs, and that is why different sections, committees, subsections and all, and within a section also we now know how difficult it is to manage, bring together, because of the differences in the countries, population, cultures and library development, but still it is working hard to see the development of libraries and librarians. We are really thankful to you all for being here and providing us all this information about the organization. Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank you
much.
very much.